Today we're going to be practicing using an Xacto knife. So to begin, we're going to be using this Xacto knife cutting practice sheet and a ruler. And you'll notice that I also have a cutting mat underneath my paper. You must never do this directly on your table or you will cut up the table. So to use a ruler to cut a straight line, I usually lay the ruler down in a way that is perpendicular to my body so that I can hold the ruler straight in front of me like this. I'm going to line it up right on that line, and you hold the blade so that it goes straight up and down perpendicular to the tabletop, and then you press it down, and you can see I'm holding my ruler with my fingers up here and my thumb down here so I can spread out the grip that I have on the ruler so that it doesn't slide around. And I'm also keeping my fingers well back from the edge so that there's no danger of me cutting my fingers. So you push the blade down, puncture the paper, and you pull it towards the handle, and then you stop where the line stops. And you can check and see if you did a nice cut. Just look at it like this, and you can see that I cut it quite nicely. We'll do the same thing with these other shapes. The most important thing is to have a good, safe grip on your ruler. You want to hold it in two spots. You want to press down firmly, and you want to keep your fingers well away from the blade. The blade is designed, you can see the cutting edge goes this way, and it's designed to be pulled towards the handle. You must never try to cut from side to side. It's not designed to do that, and it will just tear your paper. It's also not designed for pushing. It's only for pulling towards the blade. That's the way that that's the way the blade is designed. So you can see I cut this edge of the square, and now I'm going to cut this edge of the square. And then I can turn the whole thing and do both of these sides. We're going to be using our knife skills for two of the next things that we're going to be working on in this class. So you can see you need to have really good knife skills to be able to do lots of things in art. When you're done cutting out all the shapes on this page, you'll be pretty skilled at using a knife. So after this is complete, we're going to start working on matting our calligraphy page with our marbleized paper. So this is supposed to go on here in a way that the marbleized paper goes around the edges of your calligraphy quote. So what you want to do is cut off the portion of the paper that is unnecessary. So what I would do is maybe trim off this section up here and possibly a little bit along this edge. So you can put your paper down on your table and put your ruler on. One nice thing about this mat is that it has a really nice ruler edge for lining things up straight. So you can line this edge of the paper up with this white line here, and you can line this edge over here so you can get a nice square edge on it, so you know when you cut it you're going to get a really good straight line. Also, if you put your ruler across lined up with this line, and again over here on this other edge, which you can't see in the camera, but this edge that's down this way, if you line it up just right, then when you cut this, you're going to get a very straight and even edge on the top edge of this. And then you would also trim off this edge, this one. So I'm going to turn this around this way, and I'm going to line it up on this line here and this line here. There it is. Looks nice and straight. And then I'm going to trim off the edge, and I'm going to put it put the ruler right along here. So I'm going to line up the ruler with this line here and the same corresponding line on the other edge, which is out of the camera angle, but you can believe me, it's lined up. I've got my fingers safely away from the blade. I am slicing through the paper and pulling it towards the handle, and you can see I have a really nice edge on that. So the next thing you can do is get your marbleized paper, place this in the center of it so that it's centered really nicely and it looks fantastic. And use some glue stick and glue all over here and press it onto your marbleized paper. Rub it so that it lays flat. Turn it over, rub the back, make sure it's flat. Make sure your name and teacher code are on the back. And then you'll be done with that project and you can turn it in. After you're done with that, we're going to be using the Xacto knives for the next project, which we're going to start today. So make sure you get really good at practicing on this sheet because you're going to be needing those skills right away. Good luck and have fun. Oh, be careful.